I never thought anything was wrong with Jasper, not at first. He was quiet, loyal in a strange, almost human way, and he had this alertness, not like a normal dog, more like someone standing guard. I found him 2 years ago, near the woods behind the subdivision, skinny, shivering, scared. He looked like he'd been through hell. I brought him home, fed him, warmed him up, promised him he'd never have to hurt again. I meant it. Some promises are traps you lay for yourself. The first time I felt something was off was the night I woke up to see him staring at me. Not in that dog begging, take me outside way. No, he was sitting in the corner of my room, perfectly still, eyes fixed on me like he was waiting for me to wake up. And when I opened my eyes, he didn't move, didn't tilt his head, didn't blink, just watched. There was intelligence there, calm, measured, like he was studying me. I let out a nervous laugh and whispered, "Buddy, you scared me." His head tilted, slow, deliberate, like he understood every word. Then he got up and padded out of the room. I convinced myself it was nothing, because what else do you do when the only other option is admitting you brought something home that isn't supposed to exist? There were other signs I brushed off, the way he avoided other dogs, the way stray animals disappeared around my house, the way he sometimes stood by the back door at night, staring out into the yard like he expected someone to be watching back, and the sounds. God, the sounds. Some nights I'd hear claws on the hardwood floor, then nothing, then the faintest shift of weight like something walking on 2 feet instead of 4. One time I found muddy prints leading across the kitchen tile. They started as paw prints, then halfway across the room they changed to footprints, bare, human, too long, toes stretched like claws had pushed through skin. I stood there staring at them, brain refusing to connect the dots, refusing to accept the horror my eyes were offering me. I cleaned the floor and told myself I was sleepwalking, that it could be explained, that everything has a rational answer if you look hard enough. I didn't want the truth. The truth was hungry, and it was living in my house. I think back on that night all the time, trying to pinpoint the exact moment when fear finally outweighed denial. It wasn't dramatic, no thunder, no chills, just wrongness. I was brushing my teeth, half asleep, when I heard it, a voice, low, scratchy, practicing human shape like someone molding clay with shaking hands. "Here!" I froze, toothbrush still in my mouth, foam dripping down my wrist. It came again, closer this time, right outside the bathroom door. "Here!" Not just a sound, a word, but not spoken, repeated, like someone who'd heard it once and was trying to imitate it with a mouth not built for language. My stomach dropped so hard I felt sick. I turned off the faucet, listened, silence. No nails clicking on the floor, no tail thumping, just the faint, almost wet sound of breathing, slow, heavy, wrong. I opened the bathroom door like someone defusing a bomb, inch by inch, and there he was. Jasper, sort of. He was standing halfway down the hallway, not sitting, not lying down, standing. His back hunched, spine too long, hind legs trembling just to hold his weight, like the bones inside didn't know which shape they were supposed to take. His head was low, ears forward, lip twitching, like muscles couldn't decide if they were supposed to snarl or smile. And his eyes, not dog eyes, not anymore. Something old was looking through them, something thoughtful, something that knew I'd heard. I whispered, barely moving my lips, "Jasper." His ear twitched, and then, slowly, his body shifted downward, limbs folding like wet branches until he was back on all fours. He padded to his bed, curled up, closed his eyes, pretended to sleep. Like nothing had happened, like I was the one who'd crossed the line. And I just stood there in the dim hallway, toothbrush still in hand, knowing without wanting to know, he wasn't pretending for himself, he was pretending for me. The next day, I tried to pretend too. Cooked breakfast, worked from home, went through motions like normal meant safe, but the air in the house felt tight, like breathing near electricity. That night, while I sat on the couch scrolling on my phone, Jasper sat across the room, not sleeping, not resting, watching. Then he did something I'll never forget. He licked his lips. Not a dog lick, not quick, not sloppy, slow, deliberate. Tongue moving across teeth in a motion too precise, too controlled, human, hungry, like he was studying the idea of eating. I swallowed. He mimicked the motion perfectly. Then he made a sound. Good, garbled, broken, like a record scratched midway. I didn't breathe. Couldn't. He turned his head and stared directly into me with eyes that weren't guessing anymore. They knew I knew. A moment later, claws clicked on the wood floor as he left the room, confident, calm, like a creature who had just watched the prey finally realize the trap wasn't a home, it was a waiting room. And in that silence, in that empty living room with the thriller movie still playing on TV, I understood something that froze my spine. He wasn't worried I'd figured it out. He was deciding what to do about it, and I wasn't sure whether he was going to kill me or convince me to stay quiet. I didn't sleep that night. I lay still in bed, staring at the ceiling, listening to every shift of weight in the house. Around 2:11 a.m., the floorboards creaked outside my room. Not walking, not pacing, positioning. I closed my eyes, breathing slow through my nose, pretending to sleep. Soft scratching touched the door. Not claws, not nails, fingers. My chest locked. Sweat pooled at the base of my neck. Then, so quietly, I almost thought I dreamed it. But the pee dragged too long, like a tongue scraping teeth unsure how lips work. I stayed still, barely breathing, barely human. Minutes passed, or hours. Hard to tell when fear dissolves time. Eventually, the scratching stopped. Then 2 steps backward. Then silence. Not peace. Not anymore. The next morning, he acted normal, tail wagging, tongue out, like he wore a dog skin and didn't expect it to fit so well anymore. I fed him. He didn't eat, just stared at me while the food sat untouched. That was the first time I didn't call him Jasper out loud. Names felt dangerous now, like saying it anchored things that shouldn't be anchored. I needed proof, real proof, something to hold in the face of the impossible. So I set up my phone in the hallway while pretending to get ready for work. Propped it against a shoe, camera facing the living room. Said goodbye through the door like I was leaving, then quietly doubled back around the house. Slipped inside through the backyard patio. Jasper was sitting on the couch, not curled up, sitting. Back straight, posture wrong, spine too long beneath the fur. Watching the hallway, watching where I should have walked out. Waiting, and then his body stretched, slow, bones shifting like old wood bending in heat, joints popping, legs lengthening and bending the wrong direction halfway through. Front paws lifted, elbows rotated, shoulders cracked as they widened. He stood on 2 legs, fur thinning at the neck, revealing pale skin beneath like it was borrowed, not grown. And then my phone vibrated, loud in the silent house. His head snapped toward it with a human speed jerk. I didn't think, I ran. Burst through the back door so hard, the frame cracked. I sprinted across the yard, lungs burning, legs shaking. Behind me, I heard the glass sliding door slide open. Not smash, not claw. He opened it, like hands were normal now. I hit the street barefoot, sprinting. Neighbors asleep, street empty, Halloween decorations fluttering in a dead wind. I didn't dare look back, but I heard it. Not pause, not steps, a loping, unnatural gait, bones finding new purpose mid-stride. Then, a voice, clear now, steady, almost calm. Don't run. My throat closed, air burned, vision blurred. I turned the corner and nearly collapsed onto someone's porch, pounding on the door, begging, gasping, "Please, please let me in! Call 911! Please, please!" No answer. Lights, shadows moving inside, but no one came. People hear insanity in your voice before they hear danger in your words. I staggered back toward the street and saw him. Not Jasper, not a dog. A figure standing under the flickering street lamp. Tall, thin, fur patchy like burned cloth, ribcage too visible, mouth stretching just a little too wide like it remembered being something else. His head tilted, slow, almost sympathetic. Then, in that same flat, practiced voice, he spoke. You knew. Not angry, not even threatening, just a statement, a truth acknowledged, and the worst part, he smiled. A low, wet sound rattled from deep in his chest. Not a growl, something like laughter. I stumbled backward, shaking, whispering, Why pretend? Why stay? His jaw clicked. Skin along the neck rippled, eyes narrowing into something ancient, starving, patient. Warmth, home, learn. Close. It wasn't about feeding. It was about studying, practicing, becoming. Then his voice softened. Don't tell. Not a threat, a request, intimate, personal. Like we shared a secret. And then he turned, walked back toward my house, on two legs, like a man heading inside after stepping out to get the mail. Cops came, looked around, saw nothing. They asked if I'd been drinking, if I was stressed, if I needed someone to call. They didn't check the woods. No one ever checks the woods. I don't live there anymore. Haven't gone back, but that house, still occupied. Neighbors say they hear a dog inside sometimes footsteps, sometimes whistling. And every night, I sleep with the lights on, wondering if he misses me, if he's looking for a new home, a new family, a new skin to learn. Sometimes I dream he's at the foot of my bed again, watching, waiting, practicing my voice, just in case he needs it someday.